speaking of tangibilities, I have this, what feels like a tangible sense of best I can say is just of not knowing, of something like that, you know. I know people bandy that around, but it feels like something I can actually feel and choose.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Unknowability is tangible, is actual. You know, it's indeterminacy. You can't say or find definitively what anything is.
Right.
And this is tangible. This is concrete. This is the actual fact.
Well, I keep wondering, there's this thought of, is this some artifact of the habit and impulse to want to know, to have that mode of never really knowing, but always thinking you could or might? Is it an artifact of that?
Well, I think it's an artifact to the extent you hold it as unknowing. It's not actually unknowing. Unknowing is relative to knowing.
Right. Yes.
Whereas the actual condition, which is a concrete presence of indeterminacy, is not really related to, it never has been knowable, so it's not really related to knowing. It looks like unknowing when you approach it from that direction, so to speak.
So, any suggestions about approaching it from a...
It doesn't matter. Just see the reality, and it doesn't matter what direction you're approaching it from. Holding it as unknowing is not particularly important. Be with the actuality, which is unknowable, the certainty of undefinability. But that's the nature of this, because it is infinite. It does not resolve to coherence. Nothing resolves to coherence, so you can't find what anything is. Any phenomena whatsoever that appears within experience, or experience itself, which is one and the same thing, when you go to it, you don't find anything coherent. You find it opens into otherness and more and other and more, and it doesn't come together. It doesn't converge into unity or coherence or definability or findability. On the contrary, it's like a mirage, where the less closer you look at it, the more coherent it seems, and you go up to it, and it just opens up, basically disappears, morphs.
Yeah, it opens up into disappearing.
Yeah, and that's the fact. So that fact is findable. But no condition other than that unfindability, so to speak, is findable. You can call it unfindability, you can call it unknowability, you can call it indeterminacy, you can call it infinity. But the important thing is seeing the objective reality of the condition itself, rather than what you're calling it or how you're approaching it.
Yeah, if anything, it feels kind of like a quality of movement or something.
Well, but even that's not resolvable, because again, even that, you look closer and all of a sudden, it's not that either. Right. I mean, one sort of a formula you can say with regard to this is not, it's kind of netty, not this, because whatever anything seems to be, it's not that. And it's not that it's not that, it's something else. It's that it's not that, and it's nothing else either.
But that's what seems tangible is the, is this, how do you say that in English?
Well, I generally use the notion indeterminacy.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter, because any way of putting it is a pale shadow of the thing itself. And the thing itself is completely self-evident and unavoidable, and you can visit it anytime you want.
Okay,
so it's not important to how you put it, because that won't be final anyway, because you can't even resolve it, because the unfindability is itself unfindable. The unknowability is itself unknowable, so it's not like you can find a final condition of it that you can specify with certainty.
Right, exactly. Are we just talking different terms, or when we're saying things like presence or unfindability?
No. There's one condition, let's say, this. And talking about it in these terms of presence, radiance, unfindability, or indeterminacy, or whatever, consciousness. I mean, any of the more radical notions that you can approach it in terms of are not in itself. This is one thing, and all of these things are just devices, or let's say vehicles, interfaces, to enable one to explore this, sort of jumping off points that are fairly close to the thing itself, from which you can jump into the thing itself. And the thing itself transcends all of these notions and is not any of these notions. There is actually no presence, there's actually no radiance, there's actually no indeterminacy, there's actually nothing whatsoever. And yet, these sort of prime notions are sufficiently close to what this actually is as to be good points of departure into it. Diving